Hey, it's Bill, and you're tuned in the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 607, providing you with the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer, right here on PARockshow.com, megarock.net, 107.1 FM, St. Louis, Missouri, altrockradio.ca in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, rooterooradio.com on the beaches of San Diego, California. Where am I? Oh yeah, xrpradio.co.uk in Birmingham, United Kingdom. You will also find us live there on Saturday for Friendly Fire. Anyone who's tuned in, make sure you go in there and help us beat them for once. We are currently 0 for 7. So it'd be nice if some of our American friends show up and vote. With that said, with me tonight are the gentlemen from Neostem.
We're gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Yes.
I was using that term loosely.
So you couldn't use it any more looser with us than that one.
I figured we were gruntlemen. What's up, Bill?
Not much. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, just doing.
Hey, before we do this again, why don't you guys introduce yourselves real quick?
All right, let's go. You two, then me.
I'm Rob. I play drums.
Ryan, I'm a public speaker and guitarist.
And I'm Matt. I'm the bass player and the backing vocalist.
And I believe we're kind of here because you guys have a new track to release.
Yes, we do.
Go right there, right off
Go
the bat.
right into it.
Yeah.
We just start in the car and hitting 60.
Maybe
We could
60.
go 88. I could ask you my DeLorean question.
All right.
Have I asked you the DeLorean question?
Yeah, you've given us
I figured.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you're repeat offenders. I have to come up with new
So
questions.
we're multiple repeat offenders. So we'd be doing life sentences by now. If this was like the 3 strikes and you're out roll, man. We're doing life sentences. It's like the 4th time.
Yeah, that's with the DUIs too. The 3 strikes, you lose your. Yeah. Oh, geez. Let's talk about happy things, like this new album, this new track.
New track, Grunt, man. It is
The gigs that we got coming up.
Yeah, and like Bill, you were there the day we debuted this song live for the very first time too.
Yes, you were. You was there. Halftime Lounge.
Yeah, when I was running away from Sean the entire night.
Yeah.
Did you?
People in headlocks. He's putting people in headlocks. That was funny.
Did you see me interview him and basically yell at him because of that night?
He has no recollection of that night at all. We saw him like a couple weeks later. Like, dude, he goes, dude, I don't remember, man. We were filming a video and I was drinking. I was like, he was drinking here too.
Multiple times I alluded to the fact that I was not happy with him during that interview.
Yeah.
Especially what he threw his alcohol in the air and just missed my camera.
Oh yeah.
That was what started it.
He basically almost beat the crap out of me.
Oh, little Zach, I know he had him in
Poor ZG, man.
On the damn, there's a YouTube video and it shows him. He has him in a headlock in the video.
But you know what?
Before we put it on YouTube, it's actually
I put it on YouTube.
For anyone not familiar, that would be Prime 8.
Yeah. Our real good friends with him. Also, if you guys want to see the video, go on Neostem's YouTube channel and check out the video. It's a great song, Grunt, and the video is freaking hilarious.
Plus, not only that though, but the song Grunt that we're doing happened. Sean is on the B side. It's called Pipe Dreams.
Yep.
Pipe Dream that we did. It's going to be the B side to it. You know, back in the old school cassette tape days, A and B. Try to keep it old school.
You could even go vinyl.
Vinyl 45. We're on 40.
Yeah.
I might look in to see if I get 45s made, see how much they're going to cost.
I have a funny story about vinyl. Do you want to hear it?
Let's hear it.
Of course.
All right. So I have a friend that she basically resells products. Like she gets used things like albums in this case or jewelry and her whole business is that she basically resells things like almost like a picker, like the American pickers.
Yeah, she flips. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get a message from her on Facebook. She had an Ace Frehley single and a Kiss single. And she's like, do you want these? I'm like, I don't even have anything to play them on. So then she contacts this other woman who does the same thing, finds me a record player. So I pay $15 for a record player, and I get the two records. They're still the only 2 records I have. Now,
I got my mom's Bruce Springsteen record collection. After she died, that was the first thing I got out of the house. Every album Bruce Springsteen ever released is sitting in my closet right now.
Morbid. He came out hot out the gate.
So I get it, and then the record player and the album sit for like 6 months before I even try and play them. And I get them out, I start playing them, and I realize my kids have no idea what these are. So I bring them in, and my daughters listen to it for a while, and they leave. And my son comes in, and he's more like scientific minded, and he's sitting there and he's looking at it for a while, and I can see he's confused. And I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "How does that work?" So I'm like, "Listen." I said, there's a needle on there, and the needle is moving into grooves, causing vibration. The vibration is, and I'm going the whole way through explaining it. And he looks at me and goes, nope, it's magic. And he walks out.
It's witchcraft.
You know, they say the best way to listen to music is vinyl, though. They say
because you hear everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that you could hear the guy in the background who recorded them smoking his cigarette. You know what I mean? You could hear him. You could hear him taking the puffs of the cigarette, for Christ's sake. Yeah, but yeah, I only have one vinyl myself. It's the Hepcat Dilemma.
Yeah, I got that too.
Local band Hepcat Dilemma. They gave us each a free
vinyl.
Touchdown
2019. Yeah.
Yeah, and they thanked us in the liner notes also.
Yep.
There are home slices.
Yeah, we're real cool.
Yeah, Hepcat Dilemma.
We were trying to get them on our April 9th show, but they're because the bass player, he does a lot of traveling with his work. They haven't been able to practice much.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a little sports where it's going to be good. It's going to be a good time.
So let's talk about recording a little bit. How are you guys? Did you home record it? Did you go somewhere to record it?
No, we go up to our friend Johnny Stoker, Johnny and Razorblades. Shout out Johnny and Razorblades. He does real good work with us. He's almost like an unofficial 4th member because he knows how we want to sound, and he knows our work ethic.
Well, technically, he'd be the 5th because Sab's the 4th.
Yeah, Sab, our sound guy from Squirrel Sports Bar.
Yeah.
He's working on little projects for me. Much unused bases.
Right.
But we've been going to John for every recording that we've had. So we trust them. We like working with them. I don't think we really want to work with anyone else. So we're very happy with all the recordings that we've done with him. Very comfortable.
Now, does he do the mastering and everything?
Everything.
He does it all. Yeah. He's very efficient within what he does. What it is you go to him, and well, first off, his role is if you don't like you, he won't record you. So if he doesn't like your band, he ain't gonna record you, plain and simple. But the thing is you go in there and you tell him what you want to sound like, or how you're supposed to sound. He makes you sound like you. So you can't really beat that. It's not like you're trying.
That's the most important part.
Yeah, so like he'll play a bunch of other bands that he recorded on. He records like Rocky Dennisface, the Jasons, City Escape Artists, the Cheats, Royal Honey. He records a lot of people, and whenever he puts it all on while we're there, just shooting the shit in between takes, he'll put it on, and to tell you the truth, Bill, nobody sounds like anybody at all. Not one band sounds like
the next band,
a variation of another at all. I think everyone sounds different, and the way he records them, the way they come in and they sound with their songs, everyone's different. That's the one thing I will give at. There's really no bands around here that I think that really sound like anybody. Like no one's trying to rip anybody off or anything. That's what he does. All in all, he makes you sound like you. So.
There were some multiple genres in that list of bands that you rattled off there too.
Oh yeah, he's
Pampered, King Catfish too. No, he's
Crash
Army, God Hates Unicorns.
GHU.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're doing their own podcast now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I haven't checked it out yet, but
we go way back with Josh.
Yeah, I actually work with him, so I have to
He
look
works
at him.
with, we've known Josh for years.
Yeah. So we usually go to lunch on Fridays and
actually, Ryan is kind of like his musical advisor. Just going to put that one out there.
Not at all. I just want to sit there and watch him crash and burn.
No, Josh, if you're listening, Josh, you're all good. Shout out Josh Hartz, man. He's all good.
Yeah, those are our homies, though. GHU. We, I said they're all good dudes. We all know everybody. Like the bass player Matt, he works there too, where I work. So I get to see 2/6 of them. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
Doing some math there.
Getting some algebra.
I mean, everything's better in ratios, right? Ratios can look good or bad.
Yeah, but Ryan, the ratio's getting a little messed up on that end, man. You got too much GHU down there.
Yeah. All right, Rob. Make me feel bad about myself. He always does. Even whenever I hit the wrong note in practice, he just points at me with his drumstick, and I shed a tear.
He wants to put a drumstick at Ryan's head.
He does. He gets in my head, and he actually has his own suite in my head.
You have no idea. Rob is not as quiet as he seems.
Yeah, he's actually very vicious.
Picked me for playing the wrong song.
That's crazy. I seen him break a drumstick over his knee because I missed a note. He was like, "God damn it, Ryan!" over his knee, like how Bobby Boney used to break him over his knee.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson. Yeah, with Bo Jackson. Yeah.
Lies, all lies.
Yeah, you can see all the bro. It looks like someone put wood in a wood chipper down there. There's so many.
Rob's actually writing a tell-all book. There's going to be stories about Neostem. Ain't no one going to want to read it twice.
Yeah, when I can't get a word in edgewise.
That's why you have to write it.
Exactly.
Yeah, at the very end. He's
put my thoughts down.
It's his manifesto. His memoirs. His memoirs. Look at Matt. He's all cheesed up. 3 in. He's cheesed up.
It's going to be number 4 soon, dude. This one's almost done.
Oh no.
I'm letting loose, man. I got one arm. I got one hand going. I'm going jazz hands, dude.
He'll be walking on his knees and elbows by the end.
As you know, Bill, like I said, I'm not home, so I ain't going nowhere. So I'll have more than one. At Square Hill Sports Bar, like I told you in the Facebook chat, that champagne lasted me all set. Like I was.
Yeah, man, that's going to be a big
bottle,
thing.
Your glass may have lasted the whole set, but the bottle didn't make it very long.
Like I said, Barry, he's probably of all like bar owners or promoters, he is probably the most supportive of Neostem. Like he gave us our first shot. Like Ryan will even tell you, when we first started, we couldn't get a show to save our lives. And all of a sudden, our original drummer had a friend that bartended up at the White Hawk Cafe, Barry's original place, took us up there for a meeting with him. And Barry gave us our shot. And after our first show, he gave us carte blanche to play wherever, whenever we want.
Well,
like, really pleased.
Well, no, because when we were up there, he did in a way, but he said, "I'm opening up. I have this bar called the Squirrel Sports Bar.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Like you guys to come over." So it was an open mic night. So we went there to actually like we had to go there and like prove, we want to do gigs here. Like we're not messing around, So we went over there and we slam danced for about 30, 40 minutes or something, and then after that we just started negotiating after that.
Yeah, the bartender was like our biggest, like because we played there because our style, like that little grunge alternative. A lot of people that were there didn't really like that, but the bartender, all we hear is, "I effing love this stuff," and he's trying to explain to everybody, people don't play this music anymore. This stuff is great. You guys have no idea. And I think that was actually the extra foot in the door that helped Barry. Barry was always supportive of us.
Plus, I put a hole in the stage. I smashed the guitar this one time.
Yeah, 2019.
I think you told us that story. I didn't realize it was there.
Yeah, it was in the front in the actual bar area. I don't know.
That thing, man.
I broke a couple guitars there before, and like this one, I just hit it sideways. I put a hole right in it, man. He called me up the next night. He told me his whole story, how he threw a cake through someone's sliding glass door. He's like, "So I understand." He's like, I'm not going to charge you for it. He's like, "But it did cost me over $2,000.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
that night was a lot lower than it should have been.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So I was like, I swear, I was like, I'll bring some bands or I'll get you some business. You know what I mean? That's like what what I do. That's how kind of because he knows. A lot of like not even no jalopy bands. I mean like quality bands too. Like.
Yeah, we ain't bringing jalopies, man. Ryan says he's gonna bring you bands. Ryan's gonna recruit you. Bands are gonna draw, bring money in, bring people in.
Yeah, just like Johnny. Like if you don't like, he won't record you. If I don't like it, I won't ask you to do a gig with us. Just joking. Everyone's available. Yeah.
Let me think. Questions. I definitely asked you the pizza question.
Yeah, the pizza question. Ryan wears a size 34 pants.
Wait, no. I got one. I haven't asked this one in forever, and I don't really need to know that.
Do with the image what you want.
So a couple years ago, I was teaching social studies. Thankfully, that doesn't happen anymore. But there's a picture of this guy who died in like 1960 something, who looks exactly like my college roommate. So I called my college roommate and I was like, "What are you doing in my social studies book?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" So I sent him a picture of it, and he was like, "Damn!" And I was like, "Are you a time traveler?" So the question that comes from this though is, if 20 years from now I'm flipping through a social studies book and I find Neostem, why are you in that social studies book?
Oh no.
We did something that people don't want to know about.
For being
Ryan just tomahawked the guitar through a stage. I was butt naked in the crowd playing wireless, and Rob was chasing.
Not only that. Remember that fist fight?
If I have a camera there, that's not happening.
There was a one time at this gig. There was a fist fight and police called, and a 3-way brawl. Actually, it was 3 chicks. Might I add?
That was at the White Hawk.
That was at the White Hawk, Barry's place. Yeah, it was the last time we played there. I think. Yeah.
Hey, back to the question: why would we be in the social studies?
I don't know. You do. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm stalling. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
We did it.
You ask genuinely hard questions. I mean,
we stayed steadfast. We make no apologies for who we are. We don't care. We make music we like. If you like it, great. If you don't, get off the train because other people want to get on it like the stuff. We're the band, we're in the social, if we're going to go back in history, we're the one band that I think has will go out with no regrets. Every show we do, we have no regrets.
You just brought a tear to my eye.
I feel that we're true to ourselves and we play what we like Matt said.
It's to simplify it. We do what we do. We do what we like to do, and what we like to do is what we want to do. In order to want to do what it is that you want to accomplish, you have to actually like what you're doing, and we like what we do. And without that, then aka passion, then there's no reason to do it. So yes, if Neostem got broke down in simplicity, it's just say a passionate band. That's it.
Passion before fashion.
Yep.
All right, so I probably asked you this, but it could have changed. I want to know about an embarrassing moment that happened on stage, but you can't tell me something you did. You have to tell me something somebody else did. And that's where I know I asked it, because that's where the guitar smashing the hole in the floor was mentioned.
We're just going to say, everyone go check out the video for Grunt on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, there's some band-on-band crime there, man. You got.
How about if I just embed it in the show notes?
There's another video that Ryan's girlfriend Jackie took where we're playing the Nirvana cover with Jordan. And in the video, you see me ducking in and out. I didn't realize I was running from Sean the entire song.
Dude, he was sauced up, man. They did a video shoot that day, and they were doing this thing. I don't know, what was that up in
the big break?
Yeah, and they did the video for it that day. He came straight from the shoot, man. He embarrassed that dude.
That's
my boy. That's my.
We got nothing but love for Sean and Primate. That night was hilarious. when you look back on it.
Did you guys see him fall? Because he definitely fell.
What? You know something we don't.
He definitely fell that day.
I would surprise me.
Right in front of the door, like right. Matt, you were on my left.
Yeah.
And the door was to my back. He fell right by the door.
He's not gonna want to watch this episode at all.
We're gonna piece together his memory for him.
The thing is, this one time, me and him, where we were hanging out, me, him, his wife Jen and Jackie, we were hanging out at the Tower 29 bar, and we were leaving down in this alleyway. You ever been to Tower 29?
I've not.
We were this little seedy alleyway with like no streetlights. It was wintertime, and all you heard was "help, help." This old man had slipped on some ice and got broke, and me and him walked down there. Didn't even know what, we could have got lynched, but we went down there and helped this guy off the thing. That's what it reminded me of. So, like, if I would have seen him, I don't know. I just felt like Enrique Iglesias that day. So I felt like a hero.
I was trying to figure out where you were going with that.
I have no idea.
Your hero, baby.
Exactly.
Enrique Iglesias is going to swing in now and start singing "Hero."
I know. I like watching your Adam's apple bounce when you talk.
I need a better video editor for that to happen. I edit none of the video.
Oh no.
No, we haven't had really too many embarrassing moments that I can even think of.
No.
Off the top of my head.
Well, this one time I did kind of wig out at the golf course when that was horrible.
Where you almost killed Rob with your amplifier.
Yeah, no, me. See, if it's a bad story, it's about me, so I can't say anything about them.
Oh no!
It wasn't really embarrassing, but Yinfest whenever the kick drum fell over because they didn't have that set up properly. But that was about it. That's about.
Well, there was at the halftime where my amp head blew.
Yeah.
Thank God I had a DI box on my pedal board, or we would have been screwed.
But those are so like minor. Like I sat there like
when we opened for Sponge, the last time we opened for Sponge, and the house amp that I was running out blew, and I had to run out of their house DI box.
No, I do not remember that. Huh.
Yeah, dude, but we opened for Sponge.
May I say this though? The one time, the most embarrassing moment I think for Neostem as a band was whenever we played at Jurgles and we had no monitors. But after we played, they had monitors for all the other bands except us.
We killed it though, that show. That was, I think that if there's one show that proves how our chemistry is, when we played Jurgles with no monitors, but we were on. We didn't miss a beat.
We didn't have a choice.
And me and Ryan were on two total different ends of the stage. And I'd have to go walk towards Rob to hear the drum beat, especially during Driftwood and Dryland, so I knew where I had to be. But I tell you what, that show, I think, set the tone for the three of us having our chemistry as good as it is, to set the stage for where we are today, to be able to play not hearing each other, but to know where we all were at all times. Because there was a disabled dude who was trying to be a promoter at the time. He was all into us. He tried to recruit us a couple times for shows, but it didn't work out. It was always that Smiling Moose is one to sell 25 tickets, keep the rest after that. I remember this stuff. I got 5 concussions. Come on now.
Can we cut Matt off?
Which part of it?
The disabled dude part.
No, I can't remember his name, but he was a disabled guy.
That's politically incorrect, Matthew.
Listen, here's what's going to happen when I'm editing it tomorrow night at 11 o'clock.
No, but that is.
If I don't fall asleep at that point, it will get cut out. If I have fallen asleep, it'll still be.
Well, no, that's not politically incorrect.
I told you, man.
I would have said it differently.
Oh, wait till we get to 5.
All right, so here's a number question for you. There are 3 of you. Have you ever thought about adding a 4th member?
I did think about adding another guitar player just to fill out the sound, but I think we've been good as a 3-piece.
Yeah.
I mean, for the places we play, I mean, I think 3 is, you surprised how loud 3 people can, be.
Yeah.
But usually if it's a 4th member, like I said, it'd be like a sound guy
Or you.
Technically, well, Leon, he plays ukulele on Scabby Child, and Sean from Primate.
But as a permanent member, anything would be guitar to just bad enough to sound.
Yeah.
It would all depend on the gig. Now, if we did a gig like stay at Stage AE, well then I would recruit a second guitar player.
Yeah, we already talked about that when it would be Leon. Yeah.
But for what we're doing at the moment, I think we're fine.
You look at a lot of power trios, the Police, Nirvana, Rush.
Plus, that's less people you got to get on the same page for a practice.
Yeah, I think that adds to our chemistry. There's only 3 of us. The votes are always 2-1. No bad attitudes. We
always 2-1, never 3.
Oh, it's 3-0, but sometimes it does go 2-1. Yeah.
I mean, everything is. That's what I mean. It always makes it easier. Like, again, we were talking about ratios. So if someone has 2-1, then clearly that's the choice. As opposed to 4-4. So you got 4 people, you got 2 and 2. It's like, what the hell do you do then?
Shout out to Mike Moscato in the chat right now.
Who's that?
Mike Moscato. He's in the chat right now. Just said, "Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?"
What's up, dude?
What's up?
For anyone not familiar, Mike is in. Why can't I think of the name of his AC/DC tribute band?
Mike, post that name of that AC/DC tribute band, please.
Let's say Thunderstruck. No.
And wow, this is even worse. I just photographed his band this weekend, and this is what happens when before I got online with you guys tonight. I left my house at 6:30 this morning, and I got home at 9.
Oh, I've been there, man. When yeah.
So I can't believe I can't. Sahara, that's it.
Maximum Voltage.
Maximum Voltage is the AC/DC band, and then his original band is called Sahara, but it's spelled Sahayra.
Right.
Sahara.
Oh, okay. I saw that not too long ago, and I was reading it wrong. I thought I was saying Soraya.
Yeah, it's Sahara.
Sahara. Okay. Yeah, he's posted now. Yeah.
See, that's the delay. He won't realize that I actually said it before he posted it. But here,
thank you for chiming in, Matt. Oh, Mike. That's it.
Mike, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm watching the chat right now. I'm watching right now. Yeah, he's doing
definitely going to mess up his company name. It's Sardonyx, I think, is how you would pronounce it. From that one I remember, but I don't know how to say it.
That's cool.
But anyway, I gave him a hard time because he hadn't posted the pictures. So I wanted to post them, and by the time he posted them, I was knee deep in volleyball and basketball practices, and I haven't posted any. So if you could build a band to manage from the local scene, who would you put in that band?
Oh,
can't be any of you 3.
Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna go with that dude did it. Okay, it's just one of my
individually, right? Us all individually answer this. Like,
Marcus from GHU. He's always one of my favorite guitar players.
Who?
Marcus from GHU. Scratch. He's always one of my favorite guitar players. So without doubt, if I'm building a band, I can't pick Ryan. I'm going to grab Marcus up.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to pick Sav on bass.
Oh, yeah.
He's in Parable, correct?
Yeah, Parable, yeah. Okay. Drummer, I want Ehud from Hepcat Dilemma.
EBK all day.
Yeah, and if I got to pick a vocalist, that's the hard part. That's a hard one because there's so many really good vocalists out there.
I'd take Johnny Johnny and the Razor Blade.
There's Johnny.
Are you trying to get us a discount?
He's trying to get this.
I'm not even trying to miss any clues.
No, he does. I like his style too. I told him.
I gotta do some research. I got to narrow my search down here. So let me narrow my search.
While he's getting his research on, who do you think?
I like Johnny has vocals and even guitar, bass. That's a hard one. Creep from 13 Saints. Take Creep on bass and drums. Like Ange from Royal Honey.
That's a very mixed bag of goodies right there. Myself, let me see. Well, Ehud obviously on drums.
Ehud's an excellent freaking drummer.
Let me see whom else. The guitar player. I don't know. Why are these questions so hard? Come on, William. Why you got to make this so? I'm gonna call you William now because of this.
My principal does that because she knows I hate it.
We call you by your birth name. It's like, all right. Let me see. Who would I have on guitar?
No, you're making us think.
No. I don't know, man. Matt, how you on your research?
I'm going to pick Zach from Tempered for a vocalist.
Okay.
Pick Zach from Tempered.
Well, you know what? I do like Jordan's guitar playing.
I like her voice. So if I had to go to a female vocalist, I'm going to pick Skylight. If I had to pick a male vocalist, I'm going to pick Zach from Tempered.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You got a 2-for-1 deal there.
Yeah.
But I'll say Jordan, my man Jordan Brown from King Catfish for guitar because I like his style, the way he plays. Zach G, I take him on the vocals. ZG13, I call him. And let me see, for drum or bass, I don't know. I do like Sav's playing, but I don't know. That dude Andy from False Positive is really good too. I don't know. I'd probably take Sab, but I would take Brandon for a lead guitar player from False Positive who happens to be dating my cousin.
If we actually go through with that Death cover, I want to reach out to him for guitar, for like the leads.
Yeah, he's really good.
Dude, his technique is insane.
And before we go too much further, because I'm looking at the time, why don't we talk a little bit about your new song?
Grunt.
Lay that on me.
That's a good jam. Like I said, you were there the day we debuted it live. That was the first time we played it live.
Do you know what grunt means?
I think everybody.
No, I don't think they know how it means.
I think there are many.
Getting restricted under no terms.
Oh,
grunt.
Okay.
That's what grunt means, getting restricted under no terms. So it's about being an individual, but not being allowed to be an individual.
I don't know where to go from there. That basically, I would say, tell me about the song, but you just kind of did.
Two birds with one stone.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a moment. We're going to listen to Grunt by Neostem.
It's a good song.
We will be right back. For those of you that are watching live, you don't get to hear the song live because YouTube and Facebook would then mute the videos, and that kind of defeats the purpose. So we're going to pretend like we just listened to Grunt, and we're going to come back. Hey, that was Grunt by Neostem.
That was a good song.
We'll try that again. Hold on. That was Grunt by Neostem.
It's a great song.
That time? There you go.
Great song. Hope you all enjoyed it. Listen to it like multiple times too.
You know what's funny is if I wasn't in Neostem, I would be the biggest fan. I would be. That's how much I like it.
Ryan said that numerous times over the years. Like, that's the thing is, like, I look, when we record our music, I'll listen to it in my car. If I can dig it in my car as just a person driving down the street, then it's good music.
Yeah, I like CDs, pumping them in the car. Johnny hates it when I go there because I'm like wiping them out of always playing CDs. Nobody even does that anymore except me. So I'm like, yeah, burn it. So I can bump it in the car and then bump it in my earphones. that's the way. Whenever you can tell a good song though, whenever you listen to it in different aspects, as opposed to a radio, a boom box, a CD player or whatnot, and it sounds really good. That's how you can tell like what makes a good song. For this song, I feel as though it feels that way when I actually listen to it, because I listen to it a lot at work, in the car, on the a radio at home, and it sounds really good in all areas. Personally, I think so. I'm happy with it. I'd have to say I wouldn't sit there and say, oh, shouldn't have done that. Pretty pleased. You guys like it, right?
I love the song. One of my favorites. That, and then one of the newer songs we're working on are so far my favorites.
Broke Beyond Repair.
Yeah.
I told them off the air that I was expecting it to be a little more grungy, and it is definitely not grungy. So if you've listened to Neostem before, you're going to listen to the song and be like, this is them. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I really liked it.
That's our thing. We continue to evolve musically, and like I said, like I told you off air, when we make music, we don't go to set. We don't want to make a punk song. We don't want to make a grunge song, alternative song. We just make a song, and if it's good, we keep it going. We roll with it, regardless of what the sound is.
Pretty much. And if you can't evolve as a band and change your sound, what are you doing it still for? You might as well just go start another band if you can change it up. People get bland and boring after so long. If you sound the same all the time, it's like you got to do something. As a matter of fact, we actually have an acoustic song on this album too that I just recorded. It's different from anything else we've ever done.
There are a few exceptions to that, like AC/DC.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But every AC/DC song sounds the same, but they're all great.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I think
that's what I'm saying. That's very far and few. Like that's
what I'm saying. Yeah,
rare. That's a rare commodity of a band.
Every Nickelback song sounds the same too, and depending on who you talk to. I'll just leave it at that.
I tell you what, I'll say this. If Nickelback said Neostem, I want you to open for us, I'm going to jump on. We're saying yes to it. But I think what makes us unique is the fact that we're three different musical backgrounds, like styles, coming together. So the music's I feel the music's always going to be ever evolving because of our different backgrounds coming together.
True. Very true.
Here, let's get into that background a little bit. If you guys went on tour and I was driving, by the way, don't ever do that. I have terrible luck driving. What would the soundtrack be that I would be playing in between tour stops?
Ooh, I have one out the gate. It would be the Smithereens Blood and Roses.
Oh, good choice.
Great jam.
I'm like really listening to a lot of Soilwork lately, and they definitely would be on the
Stabbing the Drama. It's my jam.
Yeah. I'm still riding on that Japanese J-Rock kick, so it's still, we're talking about Ark and Still, My Heart Draws a Dream.
I was actually just listening to Berlin and Sussex and the Banshees too before we did this. So yeah, I've been listening to a lot of that, and I don't know, whatever. A lot of oldies. Yeah. Gene Pitney, the Turtles.
Hit up some In Flames, Where Dead Ships Dwell. My favorite In Flames song.
In Flames, yeah, they have that song "Come Clarity," and it's a great jam. Soilwork, like he said, Stabbing the Drum, and that's a great jam right there.
That's a real good song.
But yeah, it is.
Like throwing some Love Bites in there, Social Distortion.
Yeah,
would mix it up.
Obviously, Nirvana, Alice in Chains. That's another thing too. I'd have to say, like a lot of these riffs,
not the metal
riffs, like you said, were like hard rock. Like this album's going to be a little bit. It's not going to be as grungy, so far at least, because we only have about 7 or 8 songs for it.
Yeah, we're about halfway into it.
But I'd have to say it's a little bit heavier. I'd have to say it's more like on Alice in Chains. It's like if Alice in Chains and Nirvana had a kid. Like sound wise, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I could go deeper, but in order for people to understand, where it would be, it'd probably be the simplest way of breaking it down. I can sit there and say a little bit of Mudhoney in there too, but like the riffs are a lot heavier. Like the one we were doing with Sean Primate, a lot heavier. It's got a nice riff in itself. I'm sure you'll like that whenever you hear it. Yeah, I mean, got some gigs coming up. West Virginia, or no, it's not West Virginia. What the hell is that?
Ohio. Since you brought that up, let's pop this up now. I know there's some adjustments to be made there, but
yeah, there's the whole thing in May is kind of gone. It literally it just got canceled like a couple days ago. 4:15 got moved to 4:1. And then, but the 3:19 at Maple Grove Tavern up in Ohio. Anyone listening from Ohio, Cleveland area, come on out. March 19th, Maple Grove Tavern. It's going to be us, Bessemer Saints, and False Positive. And then 4/9 is the Pittsburgh Post Grunge show that we are putting on at Squirrel Hill Sports Bar. You want to be there for that one, definitely. If you're local to Pittsburgh, that's going to be one heck of a show.
Yep, 6 bands. There's going to be 6 bands, 6 quality bands there, all for $5.
$5 hairs.
Yeah, the old school minimum wage.
I was waiting for one of you to go into the Subway jingle.
Subway eat fresh.
Yeah, $5 long.
Yeah, we play places like Squirrel Sports. We keep floor price cheap to get, because people see $10, they go, they go $5, you go, all right, I'm in. Most of the time, man. When you were at the Parable show, where we opened for Parable, I think there was 160 people there.
I didn't even realize that. I mean,
there was at the end of the night. Yeah, there's 100. We had 100. We pulled 160 in that place because whenever I was playing, if you noticed, I would go when I was playing wireless. I was going up around into the back, and as the show went on, by the last song, I couldn't even go up the ramp.
They crowd surfed him back.
They almost did.
Except he just walked on their hands. You and your wireless, that gets you in so much mischief. Mischief. That's the band's going to be there.
But it's fun to I like running into the crowd and playing and getting that interaction, seeing how they would react. Because a lot when we first started playing, I ran up into the back. The one girl that had a Nirvana shirt on, like her and her husband or boyfriend or whatever, they got bug-eyed because no one expected someone. They expected me to run up that far. And when we opened for Otherwise, I did the same thing. A friend of mine was working security, and I asked her, I was like, can you let me through on our last song? Went down, she let me through, ran through the crowd, and a bunch of people got cell phone pictures. And it was like, it just catches people off guard, like to get that interaction.
Oh, yeah, he's their wallpaper now on their phones.
I tried to get a couple photos of you up there. They didn't turn out.
You got the real good one, though, where I'm just
standing close up, yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good picture.
Thank you. I always feel weird when people compliment me on anything. I'm like,
You should take the compliment if you're a great photographer.
Yeah, William. Take it for what it is.
You do really good work.
I mean, it's Bill now. Yeah, that's right. Because you didn't ask a hard question yet. I was waiting for it to come. I'm still like.
Let me see. See, now you're asking me for a hard one. That's what that sounded like.
I'll be sitting there licking the table on the side of Rob's face.
Yeah, you still owe Rob. You got to lick the left side of Rob's face. You didn't do it last night. You got to do it tonight.
You want me to right here, right now?
After the show.
Okay. It'll just be for your viewing pleasure, after Billy.
Let's see. We'll go with one more question, and I won't make it too difficult. Maybe. I hesitate to ask this one. It's an easy one, but it could be seen as burning bridges. So if you don't want to answer it, don't.
Do you realize who you're talking to?
The thing is, like, I used to ask it all the time, and then I was like, I should probably stop. Your favorite venue to play at?
I got 3 of them, actually. Squirrel Hill Sports Bar, Subalpine, and the Craft House. Squirrel Hill Sports Bar, because it's our roots. Subalpine, Josh Montadoro, man, he put together a great thing there. Craft House brings a great, when we open for those national acts, it gets us that whole new crowd. And then, Subalpine, because it's our roots. Squirrel Hill Sports Bar, because it's our roots. Craft House brings a great, when we open for those national acts, it gets us that whole new crowd. And then, Subalpine, because it's our roots. Squirrel Hill Sports Bar, because it's our roots. Craft House brings a great, when we open for those national acts, it gets us that whole new crowd.
You guys have any to add?
Craft House, that's a great venue. I still like Excuses. It's the south side, in the heart of Pittsburgh. Crowd, the band. I just like the atmosphere there.
I like School Sports Bar and Excuses. Those are School Sports Bar and Excuses. I like that place. It always, if you're going to play there, there's going to be people there no matter what, because people just come, filter in,
Yeah.
That's I did like Howlers too. Whenever we played there, I like
the lady that ran that was really nice.
I have a Howlers story. I'll tell you guys when we're off the air, because I told it a couple of times on the air. So
I thought that was cool. I liked how they had the T-shirts pinned up to the ceiling.
Yeah, the lady that runs the place was nice because she gave, like, if you drink, you got this, like the band's got discount drinks. Since I don't drink when we play shows, she gave me free non-alcoholic, so I got caffeined up that night.
I think she recently passed away, actually.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna end on a sad note. I could ask something different. Man. Can't ask the Dave Grohl question. I definitely have asked you guys that. Wow, let's do this. I do this occasionally. Do you have a question for me?
I'm going to ask. You go first, Rob.
What would be your soundtrack since you're driving our bus? What would you include?
All right, so clearly I'm going to be playing local. I do have my own radio station on buildthescene.com, so it would be real easy to go to buildthescene.com/radio and listen to it. They are bands that you would hear on all three of my shows: Friendly Fire, Pennsylvania Rock Show, and 3 Questions and a Song. But I'm going to do some old school bands that got me into music. So you're also going to hear it's like Aerosmith and Kiss and Def Leppard and Poison and Metallica and Lynyrd Skynyrd. Maybe this one's going to sound so out of place. You guys know who Johnny Horton is?
Yeah.
I don't, right?
I got one, yeah. So we were talking about cassettes earlier. My dad used to have a Johnny Horton cassette.
Fair enough.
And it had the War of 1812.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other one that I can't think of it now, but he was a old school country singer. And that
Conway Twitty.
Now, say I wouldn't go that far.
He was more rockabilly, wasn't he?
Yeah, kinda. It was.
Yeah.
It was. In how'd it go? In 18. It was called the War of 1812.
Oh, you talking about Carl Perkins, maybe?
No, definitely Johnny Horton.
Okay.
And in 1814, we took a little trip down to mighty Mississippi, and I don't remember anymore. But that's that part stuck in my head. Keep in mind, I'm 45, and I was listening.
Sound like Blind Melon Johnson from.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
What's your favorite Matt Dillon movie?
Pick a good one.
I don't know that I could pick any movies. Name some movies he was in.
There's something about Mary. That's a great one.
What about The Greasers?
Oh,
Outsiders.
Outsiders. Yeah, that's
Outsiders,
it.
yeah.
All right. I've seen Outsiders. I've seen something about Mary.
You've never seen Outsiders?
I have seen Outsiders.
Oh, yes, I was about to say, you've never seen Outsiders? Come on, man. I've seen it like 150 times. I don't watch TV that much. I watch professional wrestling. Like I said, before we started, I told you, wrestling was feedback in the background. But my question would be for you is, if Rolling Stone hired you to do an article and tour with one band, what band would it be?
Oh, man. I actually asked a similar question on the show. I probably would try and break a band from our area by doing that. I'm going to say old school again. I probably would have to go with either A Common Crown or After the Fall, because Matt Franny and Steve Craven are in both of those bands. And way back when I first started this show, I didn't really know where I was going with it. And I knew I needed music, and Matt showed up with a shopping bag full of CDs from local bands and handed them to me and said, "Here, play this." So this show wouldn't have happened without a lot of people, but especially Matt. because he provided the soundtrack in the beginning.
Very
So
nice.
probably one of his bands. He's in
I
a
would like
bunch.
to-
You know, he's also in the Borstal Boys.
Yes, he is.
He's plays in Super Monkey. He was in Murano up until recently, although I probably need to edit that out because I don't know. I don't know if anyone else knows that yet. Who else does he play with? Dimwit. I know I'm forgetting someone. He plays in lots of bands. But yeah, so probably a band that he's involved with. He's also the founder of Rock for Life concert series, which raises money for local children that are battling deadly diseases. So I always try to point in the direction of Rock for Life anytime I get asked something where I can bring it up.
So that's a great cause. Great cause.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't ask this, but that's also my favorite venue is where they play out in Island.
What, is that up in Cheswick?
No, it's in between Indiana and Apollo.
That's between Indiana and Apollo. That's a long. Because I used to volunteer at Westmoreland BMX. Westmoreland BMX is in North Park.
So, all right. So it's Young Township,
okay,
which is just inside Indiana County's borders. It's like from here, it's probably about a 30-minute drive.
That's not too bad. Was it out 66? Take the Vandergrift exit and swing around somewhere.
Yeah, you could do that, or you could hop on 286 and go. It's where Salzburg is.
Oh, I have friends that live in Salzburg. Yeah.
It's a couple miles from Salzburg.
Okay, it's not far at all. Then, yeah.
They have a big 30 by 40 foot stage.
Oh.
I'll show you some pictures.
We would love to play that stage sometime.
I will also tell you, give you some insight on how to make that happen, but not on the air. All right. So with that said, this has been episode number 607 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. With me tonight was Neostem. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's a great time hanging out with you.
And for everybody who was hanging out on the live video, I want to thank you guys for being here as well.
Shout out to Moscato. We're going to hit you up, man, for a show sometime.
Make sure you check out the Pennsylvania Rock Show each and every Friday on buildascene.com. 3 Questions in the Song comes out on the 1st and 15th, also on buildascene.com. And Friendly Fire is a little more fluid. You have to pay attention to know when that one's going on. It's usually on a Saturday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on xrpradio.co.uk. For this month, it is this Saturday, the 26th at 3 p.m. But it's very fluid because it's live and there are 4 hosts and we all have to be available. And usually it's my schedule that screws it up. With that said, we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Yep.